Hey, it's James here from Guitarist.com, and I'm here with my beautiful wife, Kristina, and today we're going to show you how to play 5 classic Christmas songs using just 3 chords, G, C, and D. So every song uses the same 3 chords. And if you want some sheet music to go along with this, that's available on my website for all of these songs. It's completely free. I'm going to put a link down below for that. And while you're there, you might see a link to my holiday bundle. One time a year, during the holidays, I take some of my favorite courses and I put them into a special package, and it's a way better deal. So if you want to learn how to play guitar, there's tons of lessons in there for you, like years worth of stuff. So please check that out if you're interested. Anyways, we're just gonna get started today. I'm talking to my wife because she doesn't even know what's going on here.
Yeah,
like this is like a surprise. You know, we stepped away from the kids for a couple hours, and I'm gonna play and you're gonna sing.
Okay.
And let's just do it, because you know how to sing all these songs, right?
Okay,
And then afterwards,
yeah.
I'll show you how I play it, and I'll show them.
Okay.
All right. So first up is Jingle Bells.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
And if you have the chords written out like this in a grid, like how I have them here, it's way easier. You know, like when you print out the sheet music online, it's like just the words, and then the chords are kind of just randomly strewn about, and you don't know how long to play each one for. Whereas here, it's like you do the strumming pattern one time per chord shape. So if you want, get the sheet music off my website, because I do lay it out like that in like the clearest way possible. So as long as you can make the chord shapes, you'll be able to play it. But there is one other thing, you know, if you are somebody who maybe G, C, and D, because I know the C chord is like, can be pretty tricky to like really nail it. It takes a while. There's an even easier way that you can play these 3 chords. We start with G. Yeah. Oh, you got to play G this way with the 2 fingers, like the pinky on the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. And then those 2 fingers are going to stay down the whole time. And then I'm going to move these 2 fingers down 1 string. That's our C chord. This is technically C add 9, but it works in place of C, like no problem. And then I'm going to move down again, but I'm going to get rid of my middle finger. Take the middle finger up. There you go. That's D sus4. This one might not sound perfect in all the spots, but when you do it this way, you're just moving 2 fingers and you're able to play all the chords. I would recommend from there doing that same thing for G to C and then swapping into the real D chord. You know, so you can kind of do this in steps. First do those super easy ones that I showed you, then add the real D, and then finally the real C chord. That way you have kind of like a step-by-step program to get into that. You know, and I show that stuff in like my free ebook, all my courses and all that stuff. So you can check out, if you want to learn guitar once and for all, that's literally the name of my course. And it's part of that holiday bundle. So, you know, you can check that out if you are interested in improving your ability with these chord shapes. Anyways, back to our task at hand. Now, as far as the rhythm goes, root, down, up, and root is just like a little downstroke. You could just play a downstroke there instead, and just going root, down, miss, up, down, up. Dashing through the snow, you play, I'll sing, in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Yeah, and just try it like that.
I kind of missed some drums there.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. What really matters is that you keep the rhythm going.
I
and
also
if you're
started too high, singing it too high.
This isn't a singing channel. I have no advice. But you know, and if you do lose the rhythm, take away the strumming pattern and just do 4 downstrokes per chord shape. Just like dashing through the snow, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just like that. That's the best practice you can do. And so many people skip that step. So, you know, I think that's pretty good. Next up, we have Silent Night. So I'll play and she can sing once again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
So it's the same 3 chords as before, G, C, D, but we're in 3/4 time. So our strumming, we're counting up to 3 over and over. And I know for me, I don't know for you, but like for me when I was getting started, that was a huge hurdle. Like I was pretty comfortable with all my 4/4 time stuff, but whenever I played in 3, that's when I started kind of getting lost. So, you know, this is definitely a great exercise. The thing we talked about earlier where you just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and doing a bigger downstroke on 1, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and going through the chords. Gonna come up to D. All is calm, all is bright. And if you could sing that and do your big beat ones, that'll get you ready for the strumming pattern, which for this one, I would go down on beat 1 and then down up on beats 2 and 3. Thinking about down up like a single motion, right? Okay. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. With the upstroke at the end. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, that's right. With that big beat 1.
I'm using a pick, but sometimes when I'm trying to get that more instinctively, I just do it with my thumb. So
does the pick slip out of your fingers in this dry weather, like for me?
So I'm just silent night.
Yeah.
Holy night.
Yeah, that's like a way
like
smoother.
Way more comfortable.
Yeah,
with my
totally.
thumb.
And just to elaborate on that, like you could use your thumb on the downstroke and your fingers on the upstroke. You know?
Yeah.
Or what I like to do is I use my thumb and my fingers, like my fingernails on the downstroke, and it creates this like really fat sound.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll show you some other time. It's a Christmas episode.
Okay.
Anyways, so as far as the strumming and the chords, this one's pretty straightforward. So do you think we're ready to move on to the next one?
I think we're good to go.
All right.
The stars in the sky look down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
Cool. So this one's also in 3/4. It's just a little quicker. So Silent Night is kind of like good training for this song. Once again, G, C, and D. I'll put the chords up here in a little grid, but I have a printable one on my website that's completely free with the words and everything, and it's all lined up with the rhythm, because I think that's one of the most important parts. That's where most people do, sound like they don't know what they're doing, is when their rhythm's not together. The chord shapes kind of just come with time, but rhythm's something you got to work on. So, having the songs laid out like that is really going to help. As far as our purposes, like me helping you learn this song, I feel like you'd kind of be able to play it at this point.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to give it a try.
We could use the same pattern as before. Down, down, up, down, up. That's kind of what I was playing. But you could also go down, 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 up. Basically on every number, 1, 2, 3, do a down on 1. But on 2 and 3, you can do downs or down ups and it's going to feel totally fine.
Okay, I'm going to do it just with my thumb because I'm most comfortable with that. Sometimes a pick takes a little time to get used to, so I'm going to put my pick
In this
right there.
dry weather, picks slide on my fingers. They fly out.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right, yeah, I'm good.
Do it up.
Oh, I'm playing this by myself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Let's see.
Oh. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
Yeah, sweet. And then it just does that 2 more times with slightly different lyrics. Once again, it's all on my site.
Hey, so I have a question about your site.
Yeah.
So, like, is it legal to give these chord charts out?
It's a great question. Yes, these songs are all over 100 years old. If a song is less than 100 years old, there is like a 0% chance that it's legal to give out, and not a single person, even though I have a YouTube channel with like 500,000 subscribers, I can't acquire the rights. Like, it's impossible, you know?
Right.
Like, I believe not a single YouTuber does have rights. You can't quote me 100% on that one. But
Okay.
I think Justin Guitar actually does, because he's, you know,
He's a cool guy.
on like BBC. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin Guitar. I
Yeah,
like your
okay.
stuff. But aside from that, nobody else does.
Yeah, okay.
And some people do it. Anyways,
It can be sued for like a lot
Merry
of money.
Christmas. Here's a lawsuit. No. Let's do, are
All
you
right.
ready to move
Yeah,
on?
I'm good. I'm good to move on.
Sure.
Let's do it. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King.
We're gonna do the same pattern as Jingle Bells. Yeah, down, root, up, down, root, down, up, down, up.
And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. I forgot to change the C there. I was rough. Singing was kind of rough. So, I first heard this song when it was like a punk rock cover of it.
Yeah.
And I think
No.
yeah, it was like that. But I can't remember the band, but it was one of those punk. Please, if you remember the name of the band, it wasn't Joy to the World. It was Oi to the World,
Oh, okay.
because they say Oi.
Yeah.
And so
Oi!
I remember. I mean, I knew this as like a little
It's
kid.
Christmas time.
Yeah. So I knew this as a little kid, obviously Joy to the World, but it was like I maybe wanted to play it on a guitar, or I had like the desire to play it on a guitar when I heard it in the punk rock form. But we're not going to do that way. We're going to do the traditional one, aren't we?
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Joy to the World. It's really similar to Jingle Bells. We're using the same strumming pattern, which was root, down, miss, up, down, up. That's related to the most common strumming pattern ever. So if you don't know that, I'll put some links and stuff down below. Anyways, the one thing with this one is you hold on to a G chord for 6 measures. It feels like forever. So something that I do as I'm strumming it is I count how many strumming patterns I'm doing of it. You know what I mean? So I'm like 1, 2, you know, and so on. But if you're not at that point, you can kind of back it down and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. Basically, the first number, instead of saying 1, you say how many measures have passed. That's a music trick that people in orchestras have been using for ages. Because, you know, like the flute guy doesn't have to play for like 36 measures. So he's just like counting out 36 measures so that when he has to come in, he doesn't miss his chance. You know?
Okay.
We're using that on guitar. The final measure, where it goes, heaven, nature, sing. We're switching chords halfway through that measure. So I would do root, down, and then root, down, rather than splitting the strumming pattern over those. So just do on that, you know, the second last measure, root down on G, root down on D. And then, yeah. And let's try it smoothly, because there I noticed a pause.
Yeah.
Let's go 1, 2, 3, and nature, sing. Yeah. Exactly.
All right,
Sweet.
let's do it.
Let's do it up. 1,
Am I
2,
playing too?
3, 4. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, false start. Joy.
Second
Falser start. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. All right.
Awesome. And I strummed a totally different thing, but it still
Yeah.
worked because we synced up, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think it was actually No Doubt who did the
Awesome.
Oi to the World.
awesome. Next up is the first Noel. This one's also in 3. Just give it a shot.
All right. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep, on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
So another 1 in 3/4 time, and that's something that if you listen to modern pop music, most songs are 4/4 time. But back in the day, 100 years ago and before, people used a lot of 3/4 time signatures. So it is really good, especially if you like old, not just like Christmas tunes, but like any sort of traditional music. As far as the strumming, we're just gonna use one of the 3/4 patterns that we already played. So down, down, up, or down, 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 up to you. And the chord progression here repeats so regularly. It's just 8 measures over and over and over again. So this is a really good one to start with. I know we're like concluding our lesson with this, but it is a good one to start with when you're learning how to play in 3/4 time, or if you're getting familiar with those chord shapes. So yeah, are you ready? Do you have any questions about it?
I'm ready to play it.
Awesome. So yeah, let's just give it a shot. You go for it. I'll join in.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain. Oh, see, I forgot that chord change. Was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep, on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
Nice.
Well, that's it for today. We learned a bunch of Christmas songs, and I think I'm ready for the family Christmas sing-along this year.
I won't have to be the human jukebox. You'll actually be able to play the tunes too. That's always good to do. I'll get to work on my harmonies, and I'll get to do little ad-libs, which I prefer to playing the rhythm. As far as you playing these songs, I have this all in a printable form on my website, completely free, so you can just go there. And while you're there, you might also notice that I have a holiday bundle. This is something that I do every year for a limited time. It's only going to be up until Christmas Eve. So, if you want to get good at chords and strumming, bar chords, and fingerstyle, those are my three favorite things to do on guitar. So, bar chords means playing other stuff than the basic chords, and you'll run into B minor chords and all that. And this is the best way to learn all that. Yeah, and just develop your musicianship and have no problem doing this kind of thing and have the confidence to play at the Christmas gathering, so that's what it's all about. I do have an insane deal on that right now. That's just because I love Christmas so much. It's the only time I don't do a Black Friday sale or any of that other stuff. So please check that out. Otherwise, we wish you a Merry Christmas. You know, for us, we have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So for the 4-year-old, this is like the first like mind-blowing Christmas where she's like, it's Santa. So it's
magical Christmas time. So we're gonna you know, bask in that for as long as we can.
Yeah. So you know, so from my family to yours, you know, I hope you have a Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and hopefully you get some cool guitar stuff for Christmas.
Yeah, that'll be great. Bye.
On a cold winter's
morning that was so what?
Cold winter's night.
Cold winter.
Don't just make up words. Night.
Cold winter's night that was.